Hey everyone, my name is Jennifer Dixon with Thrive Online, and I cannot wait to go ahead and get started with you this afternoon. We are going to do a pretty quick yoga inspired, high intensity, low impact workout. We're going to try to target our glutes today and probably our chest and shoulders and upper back. And you know me, I always loved some core, so let's go ahead and get started. We're going to go ahead and start out actually on our backs on the mat. We're going to just get right into it. Go ahead and plant both feet into the mat with your knees bent. And if you're anything like me, there's going to be space beneath your low back and the mat, right? So go ahead, tilt the tailbone down and press that low back into the mat. And guess what? If you're sway back, this right here is hard as a mofo. So this is engaging your transverse abdominals, which, hey, that's what we want. Transverse abdominals are the ones that do a lot of work. So now we're going to juice this up a bit. Go ahead and bring both of your feet up off the mat and try to come to a where they're parallel to the mat or 90 degrees. Now this you may find is a little bit of work in and of itself. So my thighs are about 90 degrees and my shins are perpendicular to my thighs, right? So press those hands into the ground beside you. We're going to take the toes down to touch, alternating them for 10 total. Here's 2. Keep the low back on the mat. Never let the low back up. That's 3. If your low back starts to come out, maybe don't take your foot all the way to the floor like that. Just barely drop it to where you can sustain that low back into the mat. And you might find that you can go lower on one leg than you can with the other. That's totally normal. We just got to work on that strength for the weaker side. All right, bring your knees into your chest because you're probably like, ooh, that was secretly harder than I thought it would be. All right, come back to that 90-90, pressing those hands into the floor. Let your legs fall over towards the right, but they don't touch. Lift them up, over towards the left, but they don't touch. Up, try to keep those shins perpendicular to the knees. Over to the left, we're just doing 5. Right, keep your shoulders on the ground. Left, right, left, one more. Right. Try to keep as much of your back on the mat. This time you're going to have a little bit coming off because of that twist. Bring them into your chest. Give them a squeeze. So this is not working. I mean, you're going to get some of the six-pack abs work here, but this is deeper down than that. So it's going to give you the stability that you need in your low back. All right, so now we're going to juice this up. One more bit of core work. We're going to stay here, never letting that low back come up off the mat. So if you see space, be like, Jennifer. All right, so tilt that tailbone down, press that low back into the mat, suck everything in, extend the right leg out, and let's lift it for 10, 9, keep the low back in the mat, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice, ground that right foot. Let's do that with the left for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Let's get our glutes involved here. Lifting the hips. Here we are in a bridge pose. Go ahead and extend that right leg out over to the left for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Grounding that right foot. Lifting the leg out for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Here you probably felt your core and your glutes working, which is what we want. Now we're going to try that again, keeping the hips lifted. This is really challenging. This is a place that I'm working on personally. We're going to lift that right leg, do circles for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Other direction. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Holy moly. Set that right foot down. We have to do it on the other side. 5 circles, one direction. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Other direction. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Set it down. Hopefully your glutes are working as much as mine are. Give your knees a squeeze. And then let's start to egg roll, rock and roll. That's what our teacher Gail says. 3 times, maybe more. And then you're going to come all the way up to seated, but maybe your feet never touch the mat. Now let's let go of the knees and use your core to hold those knees up. What? Now we're going to toe tap for 5, 4. Bring those knees in. 3, 2, and 1. Squeeze them in, and let's go ahead and roll over to our hands and knees and start to move through your cat-cows. So drop the belly looking up, and then round through the spine looking down. Drop the belly looking up, and then round through the spine looking down. One more as I finish messing with my mic. Drop the belly looking up. Round the spine looking down. Beautiful. Extend that right leg out. Here's a little bit more glute work as well as core and upper back. So raise the right leg, but don't let the hips get all cattywampus. Keep them square and suck the belly in. Reach the left hand forward for 3, 2, 1. Reach the left hand back to grab the right foot and play with this nice heart opening, hip opening stretch for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Extend it out, make it pretty, and then set it down. Cat-cow, just 1. And let's do that on the other side. Extend that left leg out, hands back to the hips to make sure they're square as we lift that left leg up. Try not to let the hips get all crazy. Reach the right hand forward. Try to keep the shoulders square for 5, 4, 3. Bellies in. 2, 1. Reach around and behind. Grabbing that left foot with the right hand. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Shooting the arm out, leg back. Set it down, 1 cat-cow. Oh, man. And then let's come to our very first downward facing dog. Heels plugging into the mat, and even if they don't touch, you're still sending that energy down there. Hands are pressing into the mat, and it's like you're trying to rip the mat apart between your hands and your feet. Gaze is in between your knees or up towards your belly button. One more breath. Good job. Inhaling here, exhale, walk those hands back to your feet. Soften the knees and sway side to side. Getting our body used to the idea of what we're about to do to it. And then with soft knees, slowly roll all the way up. Hands come up to the sky. Right hand grabs the left wrist. Left foot goes behind the right foot. And reach those hands in the opposite direction. So my hands are reaching towards the wall in the ceiling over on the right. Okay, inhale, hands up. Left leg behind the right. Right hand's reaching up. And then over towards the left where the wall and the ceiling meet. Good stretch along the right side body. Inhale up. And then exhale, forward fold. Inhale, walk your hands out to plank. Stay here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop that right knee. Shoot your body over towards the right. Side plank on the right. Raise that left leg and lower for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reach back. Try to grab that left foot. Enjoying the heart opener for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Extending it out. Set it down. Come back to your plank for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Left knee plants. Circle over to the right. Left side plank. We'd be circling over to the left, right? Now we're going to raise and lower that right leg. So it's up high. Lower it for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Reach back and go for your back bend. Oh, let it feel good. And then extend that arm out, leg out. Coming back to your plank. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop your knees down to the mat if you need to. We're going to do 5 chaturanga push-ups. So inhale here, elbows go back instead of out for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job. Come to your downward facing dog. Whew, so now we've worked our core and our shoulders. Now it's time to get our booties invited to this party. You ready? Bring that right foot forward. Go ahead and ground down that left knee. Left hand stays planted, and let's twist it out. This should feel pretty good. Now to intensify this, sink into that left hip a little bit more. Oh, this is my absolute favorite twist to kind of get all of the kinks out. One more breath. And then plant that right hand on the inside of the right foot. Come up to the toes on the left foot, and then you're going to slide the left heel down, setting up for a warrior two. But before we get there, bend into that right knee a whole bunch and feel that stretch along the right inner thigh, right hips, and then reach the left hand up. So now we've got a little bit of a twist action with a super deep plunge, warming up in and around the hip region. Now we're going to slowly pull ourselves up to warrior two. Reach the hands in opposite directions. Now bring that left elbow to that left hip. Reach the right hand towards the wall in the back as you press your hips towards the front. It's a beautiful stretch. And then come back to your warrior two. Right elbow to that right thigh. Left hand reaches forward. Extended side angle. Now we're stretching out that left side body. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring that left hand to reach straight up for the sky. Straighten the right knee and join me in a triangle pose. It's not going to be the deepest pose, triangle pose you've ever done. I'm actually staying up pretty high because we're going to make it dynamic. Bend, straighten, bend, straighten, bend, 3, 4, 5, and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now bring your right hand to the outside of that right foot. This is going to be a hard transition. It's going to focus on the glutes. Left hand's reaching up for an imaginary rope and push off to your half moon pose. That right hand can stay planted on the mat, or you can slowly come up to the right fingertips, maybe right hand to your heart center. Beautiful balance. 3, 2, 1. Now we're going to swoop that left foot forward, but it's going to go out towards the side like you're trying to karate kick. And then meet me holding on to that left knee. Holy moly, that glute should be talking to you. Let's let it keep talking for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Shooting that left leg back out into your airplane pose for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And you guys probably knew where we were going. Curtsy lunges for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now standing splits. We're going to work on a hard transition, but it's going to be fun, and we're going to try. Step 1, bring your knee towards bend your knee, heel towards your bottom. Now bend both knees and try to bring your knees towards your chest. Now we're going to bend even more, scoop that left foot forward, come into a pistol. Holy moly. Now let's come up to standing splits. Now we're going to do that transition 4 more times. Pistol squats. You ready? Inhale, and then exhale, go for it. There's 4, back up. 3, back up. 2, back up. And 1, beautiful, back up. Set that left foot down, shake out that right. Holy moly. Let's come into a malasana squat as a nice little intermediate pose to give your glutes a break. That was awesome, right? Woo-wee. Okay. Now, if you want, you can go through crow into your vinyasa, which would mean jumping back or stepping back. I'll demonstrate a crow and a jump back, or I'll meet you in downward facing dog. So plant your hands, shift your hips up high, elbows go back. Your knees can go onto your triceps or over to the outside. It doesn't really matter, especially at first. Eventually, they're going to hide out or hang out here on the triceps up near the underarms, and you're going to lift one or both feet. But if they're more on the outside or a little lower, that's totally okay. We're just building strength. Take your vinyasa. Now, guess what? We get to do all of that on the left-hand side. Bring that left foot forward, grounding down through that right knee. Right hand stays right where it is as you bring the left hand up towards the sky. Sink that right hip down towards the mat. Maybe you play with a little bit of rotation in your hips. This is my sore hip. Okay, left hand comes down to the mat on the inside of that left foot. Left knee to the outside of that left shoulder. We're going to come up to the right toes, and then right heel comes down like warrior two. So it's going to be parallel to the back of the mat. Reach that right hand up high. but try not to let your bottom go out towards the back of the room behind you. We want it to still shoot back, keeping that left knee to the left shoulder connection if you can. Now, slowly, with control, we're going to come all the way up, warrior two. The left side loves to get jiffed off, I feel like, because we know what's coming and it's like, ah. So let's bring that right elbow to the right hip. It feels amazing. Left hand reaches in the opposite direction. Don't forget to bend that left knee. Oh man, coming back. And then extended side angle, left elbow to that right, to the left thigh, right hand reaching forward. Stretching it out here on this right side. It should feel pretty good. Okay, from here, we're going to work towards that half moon pose. So go ahead and bring your hand maybe onto the mat on the outside and maybe just a little bit in front of that left foot. Say a little prayer, reach that right hand up like you're reaching for a rope, and then kick yourself off here. Half moon pose. Beautiful. Now the secret for half moon pose is this right foot's not just out there dangling. There's lots of energy shooting out the right hip because that's going to activate the right glute, and that's what's going to give your left glute a little bit of help. Now suck the belly in a whole bunch, get really light into the left fingertips, and we're going to swoop that right foot forward and maybe grab the right knee. And if you notice I snap my fingers, that for some reason really helps me to get my balance. Holding it for 3, 2, 1, shooting that right leg back, airplane pose, hands on the hips to keep those hips square if you can, and then standing splits. This is my favorite part. Curtsy lunges. 5, up, 4, up, 3, 2, and 1. Nice. Now we have those pistol preps. So bend the right knee, right heel towards your bottom, bend the left knee, bring the right knee in towards your chest, shift the weight down, foot comes forward. Pistol, there's 1. Scoot it back, come back forward, 2, and 3. You gotta lift this foot up more. 4, and 5. Standing splits. Set it down, holy moly. Come to your Malasana squat. One more time. That was beautiful. So hopefully you felt that in your glutes just a smidge. Just a smidge. It's a lot of fun, honestly, I think. All right, so now we're going to quietly and gently come down to our bottoms. Woo, and raise the feet. Here we are in a boat pose. Now, if you need to, you can leave your feet planted on the mat. I'm going to go for a shins parallel to the floor action because we're going to bicycle it out for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Bring those hands behind you for support. Knees fall over towards the right, left, right, left. Here's 3, 2 more. Here's 2, and 1. Beautiful. Set those feet down. Hug those knees. Give yourself a little bit of a break. We're going to come back down to the mat, and we're going to work on a back bend. Your choice. You can go straight back to that bridge like we did at the beginning of class. Really works on the glutes. Lifting your hips, planting those heels really firmly into the mat, making sure your fingertips can touch those heels. Or if you want to come into a full wheel, your fingertips come planted onto the mat facing the shoulders so your palms are like basically beside your ears. Push down and lift up. Now believe it or not, even though there's a lot of discrepancy here, back bends are awesome for your back. I have a herniated disc in my back, and trust me, I did not want to do this at first, but as I kept doing it, come on down, bring those knees into your chest, those little muscles around my spine started strengthening, and now, thank you, Lord, that herniated disc around my L5 rarely ever bothers me. Let's do one more back bend. We're going to hold it for 5 breaths. So tilt the tailbone down, suck the belly in, press the hips up for your bridge pose, or you're going to do that same setup, tailbone down, belly's in, this time fingertips facing those shoulders, push down, lift up for your full wheel for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Set it down. Extend those legs out, hands beside you, long body stretch. Or in my case, I just went straight into Shavasana. If you want to stretch, stretch it out, and then completely relax everything and breathe. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you had fun in this super quick yoga-inspired, high-intensity, low-impact workout. I hope it got your heart rate up just a little bit and it made you see how you can get a very effective exercise without doing much impact to your joints. So if you have injuries to your back, your knee, or your shoulders, this can be an effective exercise for you and without all of the jarring motion on it. Again, my name is Jennifer Dixon. I'm with Thrive Yoga and Wellness and Thrive Online, and I can't wait to see you inside the community again soon. You can find us at thriveyogaandwellness.com/thrive-online. See you soon. Bye-bye.